Welcome in to the DNVR Bets 2021 NHL season preview. I'm joined as always by Andre Simone and the legend himself.
True.
AJ Hayfley. Great to have you, dude.
I am a legend. I like this introduction.
Look at that.
I demand all introductions match up to this one in the future.
I love it. This show and betting as a whole is all about confidence, and you're bringing it right now.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about my best introductions as well.
If you're going to introduce me as the legend, what am I going to be? I'm all right. I get it done. No.
He makes a point there.
Where's my Hall of Fame?
He's a legend.
What I love is that at DNVR, opening day of the NHL's like opening day of the NFL for any other organization.
So
we'll call
excited.
them organizations.
DNVR loves hockey.
Yes.
We're hyped.
That's our new slogan.
DNVR loves hockey.
We are Denver yesterday. DNVR loves hockey today.
Like, I walked into the bar and Lindsay just started screaming.
She
and I'm
literally did.
And I started screaming too because, like, oh my God, hockey is back.
Yes.
I don't often inspire that reaction from people, but it was nice to see.
Mm-hmm. AJ was like the Beatles when he walked in. Just girls fainting.
I mean, it's the impact that I have when I go places.
That's the vibe right now.
You should have seen it at the airport. I made a lot of people late to their flights.
Wow, incredible.
It was an impressive wake.
We've got Dario in the comments
in
here.
That's impressive.
I do what I do.
Out. We've got a lot of people excited.
Dario gets it.
I had to stretch it out to fit
Expand that. Let's go.
We should just keep that right there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All show long. Let's go.
Ben here saying bet everything on the Avs. Justin saying nice jersey. RK. Today
it's a
is
Makar,
better
by the
than
way.
Christmas.
You can't really tell. It's a Makar.
There we go. You can see the 8.
Very nice.
Oh, we got James here saying going to watch my first ever Avs game today.
Oh,
Very
see, this
excited.
is what we do to. This is the effect that we have on people. I'm still waiting. I'm trying to get my Nordiques reverse
James.
retro. They haven't restocked them one time yet.
Did you know their initial order of those, they made only 7,500 of them?
Yeah, and I didn't get one.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Why?
don't have it.
And they've made 0 more.
They said, okay, so
Is that an homage to Quebec? Is that how many citizens Quebec
they don't
has?
have the material to continue making them, so they're trying to get Fanatics or whatever.
We're in a material shortage.
Holy
COVID strikes again.
Holy cow.
This pandemic's cost
So, like,
us never
I was gonna get one, and I was gonna get one for have my parents get one for Rye for Christmas, and they waited too long, and it's sold out. So I emailed the Avs. I was like, when is it coming?
You mean you had the 19 seconds they were available
exactly.
on the internet?
Like, no, yeah, exactly. Like,
Thanks,
waited like
Mom.
3 days, and I was like, you had to order it then. And yep. So they're out of materials. At least they're like, we're trying to get more when I emailed them.
It's easier to buy video games on launch day now than it was to get that jersey.
That's what EJ's saying. Is it harder to get the PS5 or a reverse retro?
Yeah, exactly.
There were more PS5s. We know that.
And they gotten restocked, and there have been multiple orders.
All right.
That's incredible.
We got to talk about bets. Last night, we're just going to wipe that aside.
3-0 in college hoops bets.
Well, you can keep that in
no place better than that.
Last night was not hockey season. Does not matter.
Right. Totally different world.
In the past.
Exactly.
Light it on fire.
The Nuggets are officially the worst team against the spread in the NBA, though.
That sucks.
That's a fact.
Forget that. It's Avs season.
Yeah.
And
what's a nugget?
What would you rather? What would you rather start with? Big picture, small picture. Let's start big picture.
We're big picture.
And let's go and look at these full season futures.
Yeah.
And let's start from the bottom and work our way up.
Beautiful.
This one might be my favorite Avs full season bet that you can make. And AJ, I'm really curious to hear what you think about it. Avs to win the West, the Western Division.
Because there are no conferences this year.
Right. Plus 160.
That's confusing.
Easy.
Take it.
Yeah.
Hammer it.
Yeah.
That's
Their division,
good value.
Their division is actually a cakewalk. And we talked about this on the Avs show. When was the last time you did a cakewalk? Elementary school.
What is a cakewalk?
Yeah.
Holy cow. I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah. Last time I did a cakewalk was elementary school. And they are basically in the elementary school of divisions in the NHL.
Wow.
I would go on a cakewalk, though.
So the Knights, the Blues...
Pretenders.
Pretenders. Then it's the Wild, so we know we don't
They
even need
are
that.
like cheek pinchingly cute.
Okay.
Wow.
They're the ones where grandma wants to pinch
you
them on the
go.
cheek and say, you're very adorable. You tried your hardest.
So I got to be honest.
There's one contender in this division.
I felt the exact same way that AJ did.
Yeah.
And I thought this was going to be in the minus. It's plus 160.
Plus 160. I personally will be parlaying it with everything under the sun for the next 2 weeks, as long as it's up.
Why would you
Just cuz, Ryan. Just cuz.
Okay.
That's how we're using the stimmy this year.
Okay. That I can respect.
Huh?
Use your stimulus for Avs to win the division and X, Y, or Z parlays.
Exactly.
That's
I can respect a man with a plan.
yeah, exactly.
A well thought out one at that. Yes, absolutely.
Is it really that well
I mean,
thought out?
a man with a plan. I'll just leave it at that.
It is a
No
plan
judgments on the
indeed.
quality of the plan. I respect it, though.
It is a plan indeed. Do you like the Flyers to win the East Division at plus 375? They're behind the Bruins at plus 250, but Bruins dealing with quite a few injuries.
Yeah, I don't. I'm kind of out on Boston this year.
Yeah.
I have them making the postseason, but just barely.
Well, and that's a long shot to make the cup because maybe they sneak into the postseason and then they're that team. You know, maybe I'd go for a sprinkle, but to win the division, I don't love that value.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they get into the postseason, they're a tough out. But
You're right.
you lose Chara, you lose Krug, and you don't replace them with anything.
Well, when's Pasternak coming back?
Yeah, Pasternak is hurt. Krejci and Bergeron are a year older.
Oh, I mean, jeez.
A year closer to breaking down. You never know when it's going to happen. The cliff always comes. I just Boston's getting the love that they are is because Boston. It's a
Right.
lifetime achievement.
Yeah, it's Duke.
It's respect of the era.
Yeah.
But by the end of the year, when they fall off the cliff, kind of like San Jose did last year, where everybody's going to look back and be like, "Oh yeah, right. There were all of the signs there that something was wrong in Boston."
So where is the value in that division? Is it the Flyers at plus 375 or the Caps or Penguins at plus 400?
I mean, I'm personally, I like the Caps to just keep humming along.
Mm-hmm.
I really like their goaltending with Samsonov.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably the most stable of the goalies of those contenders outside of Carter Hart in Philly. But Philly's just what's going to happen on their defense kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Because it's been so up and down. Shane Gostisbehere is an all-star 1 year. He's a healthy scratch the next.
That's crazy.
That is a wide variance, and that makes it has a transformational effect on a team's defense if you're getting a guy that good or a guy that bad.
Right.
AJ's seamless transition from like Avs hype man to NHL analyst is incredible. It's so seamless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy to hype up the best team in the league.
Go ahead.
AJ, do you think the Philly's too young though?
No, I think that between Giroux and Voracek, Kevin Hayes, I like what they've got going on. They've got some good leaders there. They've got some guys who've been around the block and seen a lot of failures in their day. And I think that's valuable. I think getting kicked in the teeth is motivating.
Definitely.
Especially when you start to get a little longer in the tooth, you get a little more desperate. And then you have some of the younger guys. They've got Travis Konechny. They've got Nolan Patrick, who I think is going to be a breakout star this year. They've got Ivan Provorov. Carter Hart legitimately could win the Vezina this year. Like, he's an underrated Vezina candidate. So I'm not too worried, but I'm not too worried about their age. It's more of, are you really going to bet on a Philadelphia goaltender given their 30-year history?
Yeah.
I'd go for it because I think Carter Hart's the truth, but I think
all
that's
in
a
on
good
Carter
bet.
Hart.
All right. I just had an idea, by the way, that as I was looking through this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it yet. The bet slip is busy, so.
That's a busy bet slip.
And actually,
all right.
I know I can't. Never mind. Scrap the idea.
Oh,
I was going to
wow.
say, could you parlay Avs to make the playoffs with Avs to win the division?
I don't believe that's allowed.
And Avs to make the playoffs is like -8 something, so forget it.
We have a question about some parlays.
All right. We'll get to.
okay.
Go ahead.
AJ said, or Austin said, AJ, if you parlayed every division winner, who would you go with?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Just 4. We just need 4 winners.
So
So we've
just-
got the Caps. We've got the Avs. Who wins
Yeah.
the Central?
And then I would go, I think, Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Plus
And,
125.
yeah, and then I've got Montreal winning the North.
Ooh, that's good value. Plus 400. Love
So,
that. Love
and
that.
if your parlay hinges on Montreal, you're rolling the dice. That's kind of one of my hot takes this year is I've got Montreal winning that division.
Love that.
What is the odds on that?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Boom. And
Everybody thinks it's going to be
cha-ching.
Toronto, but there's a lot to like about Toronto, but the team up front, it's really high end, but they drop off so hard so fast.
This doesn't seem like a good year for that.
If the best players on their team get hot, for 3 months, they're going to be an unstoppable machine.
Fair.
That's white whale status. That's plus 14,525.
Plus
$10 to win, 1,400.
So Evan and Rudo the guys did a show where they previewed the NHL season. Evan and Rudo also chose Toronto.
Okay.
They're the betting favorite.
AJ chose Montreal.
Yeah. I'm
Well, with my history of being correct over them,
AJ.
I'm the right guy on the show.
absolutely no doubt about that.
Don't tell them I said that.
They might be watching.
Okay, AJ, you said something before the show, so I know your answer to this. But let's take one step forward here from win the division. The next thing you can bet on here is to reach the finals. Avs plus 325 to reach the finals.
Yeah, I think. You don't ever want to get like overly confident just to be one of the last two teams standing.
Yes.
There are so many things that can get in your way between now and then, especially with COVID still ongoing, and you never know who's going to get sick, who's going to miss time, cancel games, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But because of the divisional setup, they have a joke of a division. They play the first 2 rounds inside that still joke of a division. They should be able to smoke whoever they play in there. The only team that's even worth pretending is any good is Vegas. And I just think Colorado was built to specifically beat them up. I like them against Vegas. I just do. I just think they're a good matchup there. That gets them into the Final Four without really having to break too much of a sweat. And then from there, that's where I think, because of how the seeding works this year, those 4 teams get seeded based on points because the Avs are in the easiest division. I think they'll be essentially the President's Trophy winner this year. That means they've got home ice, and I don't think anybody can take them until the Cup Finals when it's 2 best teams.
My question is, when this happens, will there be fans in the stands?
Yeah.
It'll be the summer, right?
I think there will be at least some sort of a capacity.
Yeah, him saying home ice got me so excited.
I know.
But
I'm like,
the
that's a
timing
real
should
home
work
ice.
out. That
Well,
should
and
work
it's
out.
even without fans, they've got to come into Denver. We know that the effects of altitude, short term, long term, whatever. It's harder to sleep. You get dehydrated faster. Not to mention like the oxygen and oh my gosh, the altitude. It's so terrible. Well, it has effects beyond just in the game, and so it's still a legit home ice advantage. The Avs have been very good on home ice the last couple of years. I'm just not that concerned about anything this NHL season. Like the injuries are the thing that can stop them. The rest of this is this team. It's a team of destiny. Yep. They've been built up. They've got every single thing that you could want, except maybe the star power in net. But even then, you look at what Philip Grubauer has actually done in Colorado in the postseason, and it's been elite production.
Yeah. A lot of people, forget that the Avs just didn't have any goalies at the end of the last playoffs.
Or they try to make it out like Philip Grubauer has this long injury history,
Right.
and it just doesn't exist. Where you're like, hey, he had a tough go of it last year. Ian Cole ran into him at the Stadium Series and hurt him. He got injured on a routine save in the first period of Game 1 against Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, it was just tough luck last year.
Yeah. And worth noting what AJ's saying about the West and Vegas being the only real threat. The Avs, the favorites to reach the Cup of any team in the league, plus 325. Then Vegas is tied at 4th at plus 375. And then
That's adorable.
we need to go down to like the 10th shortest odds to find the St. Louis Blues, the 3rd team in the Western Conference, alone to appear there, and they're plus 1,100. So there's a massive gap. If you like that matchup with Vegas, it's the time to call your shot. It scares me to take any presumptive favorite in the NHL because we know the Stanley Cup playoffs are fantastic because they are so wide open.
I think, and it's funny because last year Tampa Bay won it, and I think Tampa Bay would have been the runaway favorite had it not been for what happened the year before.
Totally. Right.
Because they had torn up the second half of the season.
Yeah.
They were very, very good. Boston had lost the enormous lead that they had out east.
Yeah.
They gave that back. They got caught by Tampa Bay, basically, and had the season continued on, they would have lost that division. And we went into the postseason. Tampa Bay, even without Stamkos, they were just built so well that even without Stamkos, they were still the best team. And every matchup that you looked at them, when you were like, oh, well, head-to-head, which team comes out on top?
Well,
it was Tampa Bay all the way.
Well.
So I think Tampa Bay was still essentially the favorite last year. It was just the fear of what had happened the year before made you think, well, I'm staying away from them, which is a natural human response, but it's,
Well, and both 8th seeds upset the 1 seed, too.
Yeah.
I mean, so it
well,
wasn't
and the year
even
before
just
was
Tampa, right?
Wild Card Chaos Squad.
Yeah,
Every division winner lost in the first round for the first time ever, and we just started pretending like that was a normal thing that happened. And then last year you got into it, and you were like, oh, well, there were some upsets. And then if you were to go back and you were to watch Colorado against Arizona, you're like, there's a really big gap between these two teams.
Yeah. It was massive.
I just hammered Avs to win the division while we were sitting here.
To win the division.
The odds there are just to get them at 160 to win the division just feels
That's great.
too good to be true.
You can get them in the plus to have more points than anyone out west as well. There's a points head-to-head. I almost wonder, am I better off to
What's the
reach the
difference?
finals, or it's like plus 125?
But I'm saying, what's if they have
Well,
more points? They're
it's
gonna win
them head-to-head against 2 other teams. So say...
And so you're not worried about sleepers?
Exactly. Like, say the Stars were to come out of nowhere and all of a sudden be like the top point-getting team in the West.
I have
You'd
them in
still
the
be
playoffs,
safe.
by the way.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
They're after St. Louis, I think, like the 4th best odds in the West. So
Yeah, I just think
or
Dallas
Edmonton
is-
might have been 4th and Dallas is 5th.
Their injury issues bother me. There are two key injuries at number 1 center and goaltender, and those guys aren't coming back till April. Guess what? That's the end of the season.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing here before we move on to tonight's game. Avs to win the cup plus 650. It's twice the value of to make the final.
Which makes sense.
Which makes
as
sense.
AJ just broke it down.
It's not. I mean,
No.
they're the favorites. They're the heavy favorites. Behind them, they're at plus 650, and the Lightning are at plus 750. I'll just say, in hockey, betting on the favorite
No,
to
that's what
win
I'm saying.
the cup isn't always the best idea. With that being said, the Avs are the favorite, so it might be worth a sprinkle.
Is it almost better off waiting like a month, though, or waiting for the playoffs to start?
Maybe.
I guess not.
I mean,
What I was thinking is, what
That always sounds
if
like a
the
good
Avs
idea
until
keep
the Avs
doing
start
better, and then
10-0.
those get
Yeah. No, and I mean, they win the Presidents, you're not getting better.
they could legitimately do that. Their schedule's
for sure.
so easy.
For sure.
It's like they get through these first couple games against St. Louis, and then they take on the state of California, and it's like,
Let's go.
then they should smoke that state.
How do you feel about that? Like playing the team back to back every single time.
Like the baseball style series
Yeah.
that they're doing. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. I think the biggest impact that'll have it is coaching will have a big impact, and I like Colorado's coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are people out there who don't, but everybody has an opinion.
Well, the uniqueness of this season, then you come playoffs time, you're not hiding any matchups.
Well, yeah,
you
they
don't have
will-
any surprises. Like,
They will have played their first round and first and second round opponents. They will have already played 7 times,
right.
7 times in the regular season. So
Would you, in terms of the Avs Cup chances, would you call Bowen Byram like the X factor of that? Like if he comes onto the scene and hits, it's like game over. Not game over,
it
but
could be, because if he comes in and he plays at a really high level, like if he comes in and he does what Cale Makar did, which
right.
is extremely rare.
Yeah, I know.
Like if he comes in and he plays at that level,
Yeah, I know. All bets are off.
they're
it's an all-star team.
What if he played as more of an average
So
top 5
excited.
pick in their rookie season?
Yeah, if he's more of like a 15-point guy, you know, he chips in and, you know, they kind of have to protect him defensively, but he gets better as the year goes on.
still an upgrade from whoever else is going to be there, right?
Well, like, it's the question becomes who's he replacing? What's the role that they play? What does the defense look like? Because who's gonna play on your PK becomes a real question.
Right.
Just don't take penalties, and I guess you're good. I honestly, if Bowen Byram even has a mediocre rookie season, that still does wonders for them.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against a Ryan Graves or an Ian Cole. His talent level is just so high.
I mean, top 5 pick.
All right, we're going to transition to tonight's game.
You're not doing any
Player awards.
player awards?
Oh,
Macca plus
there's
550 to win the Hart.
yeah, we do
McCarr
have a
plus
couple.
1200.
Sorry,
to
I'm
win
really
the
excited
Norris.
about tonight's game.
And then you guys, the bet your future is Rantanen to win the Art Ross.
Yeah, Evan stumbled upon the Rantanen to win the Art Ross at like plus 3,000, and when you consider that Rantanen, I think he finished 7th or 8th in playoff scoring last year. Keep in mind they lost in the second round.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's been a point per game player for 3 straight years. He's been a point per game player in the postseason for the last 2 or 3 years. Like, he is. For that to be plus 3,000 is incredible to me. It's such
30 to 1.
You're talking about overlooking.
nice.
You're overlooking a guy that could realistically lead the league in goals.
And
He's
he-
such a special goal scorer.
Was it last year or the year before that he was leading the league in points?
2 years ago.
Yeah, before he got hurt.
Through about 50 games or so, he was leading the league in points. So
Yeah.
it could easily happen, especially because I think he's about to have a year. Like everybody goes on and on about McKinnon for every reason in the world,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah,
Rantanen kind of gets lost in the shovel behind McKinnon and McCarr's brilliance. But I think that guy is about to have a year. He had sort of a lost season last year and was still a point per game player.
Yeah.
But I think if he locks back in and goes back into Baby Yager form,
Yeah.
good luck with that.
We also saw Rantanen come in after being out for 7 games, hadn't played, and just absolutely dominate
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season last
really-
year. No training camp, nothing like that.
When he really
He's built
locks
for these
in
kind of
and he
seasons.
understands that I'm the biggest, most physically dominant player on the ice 95% of the time. Okay, great. Well, and I also happen to be outrageously, like, comically skilled. Okay, great. Like, he's a creative player in a video game.
Yeah.
You make a really big guy that does everything at a really high level, and then you play and you dominate, and you're like, nah, this guy doesn't exist. This is unfair. Well, he's real. And I think that he gets overlooked a little bit because of the star power around him, but he could win both the Art Ross and the Rocket Richard.
What are his specs? I feel like sometimes it's hard to tell the size of hockey players on TV.
He's
can
a
bring up
legit
his stats.
6'5", 230.
Yeah, he's insane.
A freak.
What would his wingspan be?
I don't know. He's a pterodactyl.
Yeah, no, he is. He's wild.
Jeez.
He's wild. He's so
Crazy.
good.
Just crazy. Allie's got the specs there, yeah. What's it say? 6'4".
6'4", 215.
Oh yeah, and
age
they've
24.
had that since his rookie year.
Right. Yeah,
It's
He's bigger.
It's baby rants.
Yeah.
truly is.
Okay. Now I want to tell you guys about DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can get in on all of this awesome stuff. Tonight, if you bet $25 on an NHL game, they'll hook you up with a $10 free bet, which, hey, you could just put on any of that stuff we just talked. Maybe Mikko to win the Art Ross.
People are getting in on it.
People are jumping in. So check them out. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Sign up using the code DNVR and get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Gilbert, who said, subscribing to DNVR now. Keep up the great content.
Let's go, Gilbert.
my guy.
Welcome to the dark side, friend.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Truly,
We got it.
we got him.
we got him. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm excited about this.
You can say that again.
I'm excited about this.
You can say that again.
I'm
No.
excited about this.
No.
I don't know where to start other than with my personal
There you
favorite
go. There you go.
Avs prop every single time. It's got to be like
It's been so long, I forgot what this is.
8-4 all time that I've bet on it. It's a guy we were just talking about. He's already been hyped on this show. So
it's a great one.
Why would we go away from it?
Yep.
Mikko Rantanen over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 125. It just always hits.
It's happening, right?
Let's see.
This.
He should be the trigger man on the power play.
Exactly.
That should give him at least one shot on goal, one timer right there. And then if he can't find another 2 shots on goal in 20 minutes of ice time, credit to St. Louis's defense, which by the way won't be very good this year.
Yeah, that one I just love that one. I always hit it. While we're on shots on goal, it's not good value, but Nate over 3.5. It's minus 200.
It's pretty much automatic. He's been, in terms of shot volume, he's tops in the NHL the last couple of years. So
and Nate is one of those guys. You know, when it's the season opener for the Nuggets, you don't know how Nikola Jokic. You're like, does he even care that it's a season opener? Or is he like Nate cares about like making statements?
He threw a stick in the stands this morning, so we are good for a 3-point night.
Yeah.
Plus 550. I was just about to ask. Let's go. Value City. Let's go. Don't let us down, Nate.
But he knows that off the top of his head. Makes you think you need to call that number.
I was just about that. Legitimately couldn't remember my daughter's birthday yesterday.
Andre.
So the things
March.
this brain is retaining and forgetting are concerning.
March 4th?
Indeed, 2018 is what 2018 is what had me dubious. Our guy Hank.
I don't even remember how old I am anymore.
Once you hit 30, you stop counting.
I'm not even at 30 yet.
He's not even at 30. It's terrible.
I should say, like, when you get to 28 or 29, you start to feel it. Yeah. And then you hit 30 and you're like, I don't care anymore.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm 29. And then I'm like, nope, not there yet. I'm just like ready. I'm like mentally preparing myself to be 30. I'm like, it's got to be coming soon.
My birthday last year, I legitimately didn't know what number it was until I did the math. I was like, oh, okay, we cool.
Okay.
Good to know.
Gabe, over 2.5 shots.
Don't love it.
Yeah, he's
not playing on the McKinnon line. They're going to play more of a defensive stopper type of role. Most of his shots on goal are tips or come from him getting rebounds. It's all of these things are very dependent on other things happening. So I would probably.
It's just one of those things that you can't count on.
Yeah.
Like,
he could absolutely have 5 shots on goal, but it's not something I would literally not put money on it.
It's like betting on like Clint Capella's points. It's like, well, is he going to get a bunch of tip-ins and alley-oops?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it requires other people missing shots for him to get the numbers.
Yeah.
I put a half unit on a Jared Allen double yesterday, so I know exactly what you mean. Yes.
Dependent outcomes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
I have a question.
Yes.
What about just scorer to score it all during the game? Burra. I have a good feeling that Burakovsky's gonna just.
Well, is it a first goal maybe?
No,
Ethan Alley?
No,
just two score.
I'm just saying 2 score.
Plus 240, 2 score.
He's been truly terrible at practice the last 2 days.
That's
go. That's a good sign.
That I love.
Wait for the game
that
when he's playing next to a super amped up Nathan McKinnon.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. And like last season, he just played like a great season, one of his best seasons. First goal is plus.
Well, we're going to find out a lot
1400.
about Andre Burakovsky this year.
First goal is
no
plus
longer a contract
1400.
year.
Yeah.
A little bit of security. Role is he's on the first line next to a couple of MVP guys. Like, we're gonna find a lot about Berkey this year.
I'm gonna do that one.
High scoring game
Tonight.
We get over 6.
Yeah, well, Jordan Bennington kind of sucks, so I think it could be high scoring on one end.
Let's go.
All right.
What's team props? Avs. How many goals can I get on the Avs?
Well, I had a formula I was going through here.
Do your formula. I'll ask my question. It's fine.
So, I mean, you kind of jumped ahead all the way to 3 points. I was going to start at 1 point. I kind of like Cale Makar to record a point, minus 155.
Sure, power play point.
Something that he does.
Yeah.
Pretty often.
Yeah.
2 points is where you start getting value on McKinnon, plus 135. For Mikko, you can get plus 275 for 2+ points. Okay, he likes them both.
Yeah.
And then 3 points. This is one that only available for the stars. Nathan McKinnon, plus 550.
Or Rhino.
Or Ryan O'Reilly at plus 1150.
Ryan O'Reilly, in his career, 14 games against the Avs. You know how many goals he scored in those 14 games?
1.
2.
Oh.
But
Wow.
he has 16 assists, so he's got 18 points in 14 games against the Avs. Not great for scoring a goal, but getting an assist, that'll happen.
Nathan
I
McKinnon,
love
3-point
that.
night at plus 550. That is your value pick of the night.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll say.
If I could pick the first period, I probably would.
Are the Avs scoring 4?
Yeah.
I would go plus.
Plus 195?
I would
Over
go
4?
I think 4 plus. I think this is a really amped up team, and they want to come out and they want to send a message to a team that's been very difficult for them and is pretty compromised compared to the last couple of years. They've got injury issues. Alex Petrangelo's not there to do all the heavy lifting. I think it's going to be a really amped up Avs team that wants to come out, set the tone for the entire season, and punch St. Louis in the face.
Hell yeah.
Let's
That's
go.
what I want.
Like
AJ.
I think we might be in line for one of those 6-1, 6-2 kind of nights.
Oh, my God.
That's what I want, AJ.
Don't do this to me. My heart can't take
I'm
Can
so
I-
excited.
In our betting chat, the over Canucks Oilers, they said was a lock. Over 6.5.
Over. Yeah.
Let's go. Plus 100. Nice value.
Is it someone's
Almost
job
cheesy.
to go retrieve Nathan McKinnon's sticks when he throws them into the stands?
I will tell you today, because of the COVID restrictions, nobody went to do it while we were there.
You should have, like,
Dang.
maybe I'll just go get this
What
one.
am I going to do with Nathan McKinnon's stick?
Give it to me. Put
What
it
are you
right
going
up
to
here.
do with it?
It'll look great on that brick wall.
I should give you my my old, well,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Is
only
your
hockey
alma
stick
mater
we have
playing
in this,
basketball, Ryan?
the only hockey stick we have in this office is a Matt Duchesne signed
Yeah,
one.
that's the one I have in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's
Yeah.
we
why I
have
was
that.
like, I don't want to get into this right
It's
now.
over here.
Let's not litigate that right now.
Really thought Dutchy was going to be the guy. Your alma mater doesn't play a basketball game tonight.
No, tomorrow.
Hockey only.
Yeah. It's all
I've
hockey
told
all
you
the time.
so
There's
many
a-
times that the
there-
Buffs do not play tonight.
You could tell me the Buffs are
do they play
playing
tomorrow?
every night. I would believe you.
Cal.
Oh, they got that.
Yeah.
Golden Bears, I'm told. I'm also told there's a nasty rumor going around that the associations playing basketball today, we're ignoring them. We are honoring only hockey today. There
Hockey
you go.
only.
Association, today only, you're dead to us. So there you go.
I have another question.
Oh,
You
more
have
questions.
to speak up
Okay.
because the bar is lit.
Sorry.
It's true. It's getting
yes,
crazy.
it's. I don't know how much because we have to be at capacity is 25% right now. So anyone who is planning on coming,
You're considering it.
we're already getting there. So definitely
Not quite
watch
there
that.
yet.
But what's Puck Line Inc. OT and I can't read the rest of it.
Okay, so
I didn't hear
This
what
is
she
my
said.
first time betting
This is
on hockey.
how hockey betting works.
We have an
The
explainer
puck
you can
line
find on this.
exists in every game. Basically, the favorite is always going to be minus 1.5. The underdog is always going to be plus 1.5, and they just adjust the juice. I'm not a puck line guy. I'm just not.
I've been known to be a puck line guy, but AJ's given us so much value, I don't need to go value hunting on any stupid puck line.
What I will value hunt once in a while is the 60-minute line. Because you always get better value on a team to win in 60 minutes than you do if you're including overtime. So if you take the puck line or if you
yes.
take anything on that top line, overtime's always included. Obviously, if you take the puck line, you lost in overtime no matter what anyway. I'd rather just take the 60-minute line, get about half that value rather than giving 1.5 goals, and then you win by 1. You're still in plus money tonight for the Avs at plus 102. They'll generally, unless they're playing like trash teams, be in
That's
a
the
decent.
60-minute money line?
That's the 60-minute money line.
nice.
Yeah.
That's solid.
You can also bet on
Solid.
ties at 60 minutes, which
Oh, I love a good tie.
I was. That's the only reason why I said it, because you like betting on ties.
Absolutely.
It's a weird thing.
We have some comments. Do you
Yeah.
want to get to that, or do you have
Well,
a system?
It's value
Just-
I've messed up your system like 10
Dang.
times.
No, we've pretty much
Dang.
gone through it at this point because I know AJ likes Avs 60-minute line. I know he likes Avs minus 1.5. I know he likes Avs money line. He likes Avs over. So
Over 4, yep.
Oh,
Plus 195 on that.
AJ, you were feeling confident about the first period. There's a few first period bets.
Cool.
What
are
do you?
they?
We've got to score 1 goal, 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4.
Yeah.
What?
that's predicting the exact score of the first period. We're not going to get into that. You can
Sorry,
bet on how many
new to
goals are
this.
scored in the first period. As high as over 1.5 at plus 280 for the Avs.
Yeah, I'm down.
I will be taking that as well.
The goal is
Love
now
it.
to get AJ to say no
Love
to something.
I don't know about that.
Don't bet on the Blues.
All right, that's the move.
Exactly.
Okay, Austin's asking. I'm going to put my $25 bet on goal scorer tonight. Who is scoring tonight?
$25 free bet, I assume.
No. $25 to get the $10 free bet.
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's going big for a goal scorer.
For a goal scorer.
I mean,
Not a first goal scorer, just a goal scorer.
Yes.
That's how I interpret that question.
Who is scoring in general?
Well,
tonight?
McKinnon's for sure scoring if you think he's going over 3 points. It's plus 116. That's nice. Mikko,
I think Mikko's good for a goal tonight.
Plus
I really
180.
feel Mikko tonight.
great value.
all right.
There-
That's what you want to take is the Mikko plus
no more to
180.
be said.
I gotta say, I'm feeling. I'm looking through. Is there a random one that could throw one in?
Oh, the good rando.
Devon Taves.
Devon Taves.
Devon Taves. Sorry. Plus 650 to just throw one in.
Where's Connor Timmins on that? Can you get Connor Timmins to get a point?
I don't think you can get Connor Timmins
No,
to
you
even
cannot.
participate in the game
Damn,
as a bet.
that's too bad.
That's a harsh world for Connor.
There's a lot of hype around Tyson Jost. I know that seems to happen sometimes, but the players seem to be talking him up a lot.
What about Kadri?
Yeah, sure.
He's plus 215 to score. Is it
You were
Kadri
feeling
or
Burakovsky.
Kadri?
Kadri will be on the top power play
Kadri.
unit, so he's kind of like Landeskog. That guy could get a tip, a rebound,
Hammer one
whatever. He
in.
could easily do that.
Austin said favorite Avs bet is when they go down 1 and then they hit the plus line.
They're a great team to do that on.
I mean,
like all favorites. Like all favorites.
I double down on my Avs bets pretty much every game whenever they
dangerous.
start losing. It's just so
There you go.
easy to just
They were a bad comeback team last year.
I've placed
Really?
a lot of bets.
Yeah, they were the worst in the
Really?
NHL.
probably lost some value on that. Although maybe
probably.
late in the season when because we didn't get DraftKings.
No, so that was post-bubble hockey.
Right. Yeah, we only had bubble hockey for DraftKings. And I feel like they might have been, I don't know.
They were better.
Right,
they
so
were
there
a
was
better
the-
comeback team in
Yeah.
the bubble.
Well, because in that Coyotes series, they seemed to go down a lot early,
Yeah.
and then they just kept storming back.
Against Arizona?
No, not against Arizona, against the Stars.
Oh yeah, they would go down against
against
Dallas.
the Stars.
Against
They-
Arizona,
they
they
took-
beat them like
God, I hated that.
14-1 in 2 games.
Yeah, what they did to
7
Arizona is
straight
actually
goals.
First couple games.
All right.
questionable
Wow.
legality.
We ran out of goal shots at the DNVR bar twice because of how many.
Yeah, they back-to-back Brazil them. It was comical.
And now
beautiful.
I think you only get 1 or 2 goal shots.
Yeah, the Avs offense is too potent for us to give goal
If
shots
that.
on every goal.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, Dre, anything else that you wanted to touch on?
We've emptied the clip. We gave away like mad value.
Any other questions?
Just Tyler is saying I'm watching the Lightning and Blackhawks game and Zadorov looks weird in a Hawks jersey.
Sounds terrible.
Never heard of her.
Oh.
Wow.
That
You're
is.
with us or you're against
Oh,
us?
James
That's
says
true.
Burra has scored in 3 straight in Denver, I believe. In the last 3.
3 straight in Denver. Wow, that is really reaching way back.
Well, that's
When's the I mean, they haven't played in Denver, and
It's been,
been a minute.
All right, but that is all.
all right, that's all we
Beautiful.
got for that. A huge thank you to AJ
Yes,
for coming through
yes.
and bringing it. I mean, he called a shot on quite a few things here. We might have to have you back on with some sunglasses if you get this.
I think
stuff right.
even more specifically, I've got a Mikko one-timer on one knee, like feeling it.
Oh,
wow.
Can't bet on it, but I'm feeling it.
Wow.
one knee,
that
one
I
timer.
love.
That's like my favorite Mikko goal.
What
Yeah.
about for Drew? Do you think any spinny goals happen tonight? For Drew Creasman.
Under
that
0.5
is-
spinning
yeah,
goals.
Yeah, spinning goals.
Although I could see Mac.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's
Remember at the end of the season last year, you were saying he's really working on that backhand.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. He's been pumping the one-timers a lot, so that might be where his focus is early instead of him trying to get cute, reversing it. Oh look, Chicago still doesn't have a defense. What a surprise!
Stats Hub likes the Avs minus 1.5, plus 160. Stats Hub has never steered us wrong.
I believe Jordan Binnington's been pulled his last 2 games in Denver.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Dang.
I think that's correct. So there's a lot of things going into this game that I'm feeling pretty good about.
All right.
Oh,
well,
man.
God.
Hockey is back. It's going to be great.
Glorious time.
Let's ride the Lightning tonight.
Avs
Yes.
post game.
And, of course,
Yeah,
yes.
I will be in the arena for that.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
We
Also
will be
hard
doing an
arena.
Avs post game. We did that during the bubble last playoff. We'll be continuing to do that all season long. Post game shows. Sometimes it'll be in studios. Other times we'll have AJ or Evan at the Pepsi Center. But you guys can find that on YouTube or DNVR_Avalanche Periscope. But if Periscope is acting up, we really highly recommend just checking out our YouTube. It's just DNVR because it's always a better stream over there. And then, of course, give us a like.
Hit us with a thumbs up. All right. Thanks. That's all we got for you guys. Let's go Avs.